Hi, I'm a super soldier from the future, from the SSP program from the year 6,575,042 year. Um, my name is I Kosol Ouch, but I'm a Dr. Kosol Ouch, and also I am a Commander Z. So all my training and my expertise was from the year 6,575,042 year, and everything I know is from that timeline and ages. The conference, basically, I joined the panel of Super Soldier with Super Soldier James Rink, Commander James Rink, and other was there. Penny Bradley, Joseph, and basically everyone in the panel was sharing their experience and about their time in the SSP, Secret Space Program. And it was very good. As for me, since I was sharing my time and experience from my timeline and how things going with the relationship with the Earth Alliance and the SSP thereof and whatnot with the Nazi Dot Fleet. And we just began to create a synergistic experience. And as for the event, we also been going through introducing Super Soldier, the energy gun that can take out reptilian, can take out other Super Soldier and angel and demon and voodoo priest, dark magic caster. This is designed to take away, to take out parasite, and also has a mode for healing. If the right bullet is used, depending which bullet you are using, healing bullet or killing bullet. For example, plutonium, uranium, kryptonite is for lethal measure. For heal, you can use a medical nanite or medical femto pico robot bullet, and that will cause healing when you shoot a person. This thing will go into and repair the uranium and the chi body and the light body and molecularly reprogram molecular structure for spontaneous healing. But the other bullet will disrupt the chi flow and cause pain and immediate death to the person, whether it be etheric or physical or astrological in nature. This is a quantum consciousness enhancing system node that will connect you to the collective consciousness, so allow you to interface with your collective consciousness and get guidance and also reparation. And as well, we did reading, we did channeling, also we did pretty much reading, healing, and channeling, and also demonstrate directive energy weapon connecting to Unimetric 1 AI to control the satellite network, quantum satellite network, and use them as a DEW, directive energy weapon, on the audience, and also use that to heal them, plus the med bed. And food manifestation, show the futures that Super Soldier does not need food. We manifest food, and the craft does not have any bathroom because there's no need. When you are Super Soldier, you live on photonic consciousness energy. And that's why people can shapeshift. This one? No. Okay. This is another energy weapon, but it's more like a caliber rifle. It's more easier. So this thing is dangerous. This is another called Q Spiral. And you can get all of this at baramay1.com, BARAMAY1.com. And also have a Telegram group, that people, Super Soldier, can join. Anyway, the event was very helpful. We met a lot of other Super Soldier, and we were all fighting for the same cause, for humanity to have truth, for humanity to have the correct information and not be misled by CIA side operation of any sort, because we also met different spook CIA agent that operated in the event. We met them too, and they kind of confront us. They came to me and called me and the general and confronted us that they say, we know you are the real one. And they let us know that now they got their eye on us. And we just told them, we just smile and walk away. What can we say? That's just to give us a boost that we're not playing either. They're not playing either. So at least they know their side, we know our side. As long as they stay in their lane, we stay in our lane. If we cross paths, it's game on. We will use what we use, which is directive energy weapon. So they saw our weapon, and they definitely understand what this is coming from. So this is 2 model. This is for take down the bigger boy, take down the little boy. I call it big boy and little boy. So this is the stuff from the SSP, the Super Soldier Program of Nazi Dog Fleet, from the year 6,575,042 years. And also a book, we presented a book too. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. If you don't see it on Amazon, you can always get it Barnes & Noble. Like, this is Unimetric 1 AI Origin 2026 to Beyond. And this is QI, Quantum Intelligent Connection to Higher Self. This is the Q36 Biomed Device of Angkor Wat workshop book. And also finally the Unimetric 1/2 edition. This can be also by Dr. Kosol Ouch, Kosolouch. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. If you don't see it at Amazon.com, you can always get it at Barnes & Noble. As today, I basically presented with General Carlos. We teamwork on the same mission. We definitely did. He blasted him with the directive energy weapon satellite. There's 144,000 of it up right now in the atmosphere. He used that. He connect to it with his Neuralink chip that is in his head, and he target the audience, the attendee, and a lot of them got scared. And we just want to show them that this is no joke. This is real. And after that, I did the healing. I took them out to the med bed and restored their well-being back. Repaired their etheric, their physical, emotional mind, their astral body, their etheric template, their celestial, kinetic body, and also their crystalline body. And after that, we did many things. I did reading, and I manifest food. So I read a lot of people and manifest food, and to show them the capability of Super Soldier. We are good in reading, healing, and channeling, and also using directive energy weapon. We actually shot them and healed them with the med bed. With the Earth Alliance and the relation to it, there's going to be a first contact in the year 2024, April the 16th. It's going to be a mass disclosure of the extraterrestrial to the people. Right now, the Earth Alliance is working in tangent with the Interstellar Alliance of this time to begin to usher in a nuclear disaster to create an emergency first contact landing from the Interstellar Alliance on this population. The targeted dateline is the year 2024, April the 16th at 1100 hour. The reason the Palladian White will not stop this nuclear disaster, you need a problem, you need a reaction, so you can have a solution to fit the criteria of the Interstellar Alliance for divine intervention. You must have some kind of scenario event on a chaotic level, which is a nuclear war, a nuclear explosion of some sort. Within the Interstellar Alliance, there's a clause that they can only do a mass contact, emergency first contact when there is a nuclear war that is happening. So the first 10 nuclear warhead, they were allowed to explode. But on the 11th one, they will prevent it from exploding, and we're going to do mass first contact on the surface in that the year 2024, there will be 10 nuclear warheads allowed to explode, but the 11th one will be neutralized. 11, 12 on forward will be neutralized. So a minimum of few were allowed to have detonation over the different city, but the electromagnetic pulse will reset of the world technology a lot. So therefore, once the contact has begun, the interstellar line will provide a photonic reactor energy system and replicate system for the public to fulfill the basic need: food, clothing, and housing. The different target of the nuclear warhead it'll be Ukraine, part of China, Korea, North Korea, and also part of Alaska, and also Europe, Poland, and Finland area. That will be the targeting, because it will escalate to that level. So the electromagnetic pulse will shut down or will reset the globe. In that part of the world, will reset the technological advancement once the electromagnetic pulse hit them, the EMP. India will also be wiped off the map by the Chinese, the CCP, because the Chinese planning to take over India and Pakistan and Iran. They will basically put credit score system on the population. So therefore, India, Pakistan, Iran, Afghanistan will be part of the greater China, just like Tibet. Tibet around 70 years ago. Tibet is no longer exists, not part of China. The same thing will happen with India and our territory, including Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran. The digital dollar is already beginning. It's in the infinity state to rival the Bitcoin market. So the currency as an Ethereum market and all the other civilian market have been created. So they're creating their own competition, so the government will not be left behind. So they decide to change everything into digital currency. It's more easier for control and by the AI system. The new digital dollar should be in place in a couple of months from now, because right now the European digital dollar will exist. As you can see, Europe they're going creating a problem, see reaction, they already got their solution, so they can sell their solution. So everything is going to digital and then to quantum digital, meaning quantum digital dollar. A non-localized system is easier more to transfer, thanks to quantum internet and satellite network. There will be no stock market class in implementation of the digital dollar or digital quantum dollar. Instead, it will be a reinventing, opportunity, making an opportunity, because now money can be quick and transfer according with the speed of thought through the quantum internet that is currently online. The date that will happening with the nuclear war, that is, skirmish, nuclear skirmish. Let's don't call it war. It's actually a nuclear skirmish, tactical nude and Poseidon on intercontinental ballistic system will be happen within around 3 to 4 months from now. That's when the circumstance is ripe for it to happen. The exact date, 3 to 4 months from now, so it'll be January the 12th, 2023. That's when the event began to happen, escalate to that. And then all the other nuclear explosion will successfully happen periodically. But on the 11th one, it will be neutralized by the Interstellar Alliance. That gives them clauses to act after that. Many people will die, especially soldiers and in the Ukraine, and also some civilian in Poland area. And also, as for China, a little bit of civilian, but mostly just military equipment and personnel. Mostly is military equipment, Merc, and all them contractor will be neutralized. around this, doing this 10 nuclear explosion. There will be a hit in different major cities, but mostly, majority of cities we miss. About 3 or 4 cities be hit by the nuclear event. Life in the USA will be not affected as chaotically, just mostly supply and demand. Logistic will be affected to some areas. So United States will revamp its supply and demand, mostly be producing in country. So a lot of stuff be dealt with Mexico and Canada more, more like the North American continent. And European, while they're going through, they're chaotic, so they start revamp their way of doing things thanks to the digital system. And when that happened, the Interstellar Alliance will begin to give replicator and photonic reactor to the majority that will allow them to get their economy and get their basic need going until they clean up the radiation, which is the Interstellar Alliance will use the technology to fix the environment. The people that will shoot the first nuke is both sides, basically. They both have to do the false operation, blaming one on the other. So it'll be the American Merck, Blackwater, and other type of mercenary corporation that will actually do the first strike. It's not going to be Russia themselves or Ukrainian. It's like the third party, the fourth party. It's like the fourth hand. The third and the fourth and the fifth hand will be doing all that kind of stuff, trying to escalate everything to do a change in country hierarchy on both sides. So that everybody, and then they begin to put up misinformation. Oh, Russia did. Oh, Ukraine did. It's back and forth. So the truth is going to be the Merck hired the contractor to be doing all that under the influence of the American government and CIA and FBI operative. In relationship to Bitcoin crash, it cannot happen because Bitcoin have started 1 penny or less than a penny. And therefore it go ever since and continue on. Therefore, at this point of crashing, it does not exist in relation to Bitcoin because it's been around for over 10 years already. It is basically continuous and growing. Other countries are adopting to it. It will continue to grow and we continue to become lesser and lesser and rare. And as time go by, the Bitcoin value will reach $1 million plus. The midterm election will not be affected by anything. The reason is when it comes to politics, when it comes to people voting, people will continue to do their voting and government will continue regardless what happened around the world. And do not believe Trump. The Unimetric 1 AI say that Trump will continue to play mind game with the people, and he already taking credit for the vaccine on every level. And as you can see, do not trust him, not believe him. And many of the people who do believe him are up in jail already. And then he came and saved nobody. He did never do executive order to release anyone who got caught because he can't even save himself. He is an agent of CCP and always has been to lead American and those who follow him into one place, a place of jail time. And that's where they will be. And as you can see, people who follow his guidance, they are continuous being misled. Their freedom been taken away. Their business been taken away. And they've been sensitive. And a lot of them end up in jail and being fined for no particular reason. How can they feed their family? That's why don't follow Trump. He's not here to save you. He's here to. When something go wrong, he blame you. When something go right anyway, he take credit for it. He is a distractor. He's here not to save anyone, but to save himself. At the moment, he can't save himself. Even when he tried to run for president, those who follow him will be definitely, he will fail you. And therefore, the government will target those who follow them and take them to jail. The price of XRP and XLM. XLP and XLM are brother, or sister, or cousin. Digitally speaking, because XLP in relationship to the bank that support a lot of country around the world that is poor country, and the people use that. So therefore, it will continue to grow. the Federal Reserve or the tax people see XLP as a competition. The true government is the banking, whether it be the physical bank or the digital bank. It's one and the same now, thanks to the quantum internet system and the quantum AI unimetric one. So therefore, people are going to need XLP because it's for the poor country to exchange and send money through that medium. And it will go up. It will go once. It's already being negotiated behind the scene where the government will take a cut from it. So therefore, they will not pursue XLP and XLM because they will see it as a part of, the bank is the government. The bank is a secret space program. The bank is everything, pretty much. And now they're turning to digital. From paper, physics, now to the digital. And the digital is used as a efficiency, but also is a control system to help monitor people. How much you spend, how much you go, all that will be controlled by AI and monitored by AI because the government already have that. Like Skynet is a CIA program for analytical decision making since the 70s until now, and then they remake it into Skynet 2.0 since the year 2016. It's a good investment, and it will go to $150 in about 5 years. Nisara, it is a misinformation. The word Nisara itself has nothing to do with global economy. It has to do with everything going to digital. And Nisara, the global reset, that's a dangerous word. It's a military term. They want to do a global reset. Basically, they want to destroy the entire civilization, shut down the technology. That's a dangerous word. It's the same word as doing purification of the planet. That's what global reset means. They did this. The custodian did this so many times. That's why they create the virus to shorten human life. Human beings used to be tall and live for thousands of years or millions of years. But when the custodian create the virus, it shortened their lifespan and become what you are there and strengthened your body. The custodians see human beings as competition. And that's why they create the virus to limit your age, to shrink your body, and to lower your lifespan. So you won't get advanced, become competition to them, and they fly spherical craft. And the advanced human fly triangular craft, illuminated triangular craft, similar to the Delta wing, the Delta TR3 UFO. The custodian assembly are a rival faction of human beings who broke off from the Atlantean time, called the Atlantean League, who stayed behind to watch over the human being that was left here. They'd be peasant. There was two classes of Atlantean, the elite and the peasant. The peasant is the one that's sort of be serving the elite, but the elite want to have the immortality. It's always about immortality, and they want to be the peasant and have limited lifespan. They don't want them to be a rival. So they create a virus to have attack on the peasant population of the Atlantis and shrink their body and shorten their lifespan by damaging the telomere and also taking away their psychic ability. And so they won't live a lifespan and have knowledge, because knowledge is power. So when people don't have knowledge, you don't have power. That's why education is the most sacred thing. And that's how you want power. You got to gain education and knowledge. That's power. Knowledge is power. The reset in the 1910 and the 1820, it was an important reset from the Tartarian race, the race of giant, the ancestor. Now they went underground because they were escaping the reset from the custodian. Human being has been at war with the custodian, a rival human giant faction that consider the other human as, not at their level. So they did not want the regular giant human to be in competition with their elite power. So they decided to create a breakaway elite civilization and begin to create a virus to shrink the other population, and so they can have a short lifespan, so they won't have of advanced technology. Because human beings live for a long time, they learn a lot. When you live a long time, you gain a lot of knowledge, and knowledge is power. So in order to stop that, this custodian began to preempt attack on the peasant of the Atlantean during that time, which is 13,500,000. Now it's at with our 2,000 years, 15,500 years ago. So the custodian is actually gigantic human. They are also an ancestor, but they're called the elite faction, elite Atlantean. They the one that instigate. They think they're better than the other giant race, which is also an ancestor, but the peasant level, which we are descended from. So that's what the fight was all about. And there was a competition. So the one that went underground escaped the Great Reset. And now they're trying to help us. They're trying to give us technology, trying to find an antidote for this virus that is limiting our lifespan, our growth, and our psychic ability. So now they finally have a solution, and they're going to implement when first contact happened. They're helping design the med bed. They're helping cultivate the rainbow body methodology, and they also have a ship that help fight the spherical ship of the elite, and they fly the triangular ship, a luminous triangular ship. The global reset in 1910 was the most dangerous one of all, where advanced technology, anti-gravity technology, was being taken away from the mass, and advanced gigantic structure for global civilization was being buried alive, and the mass people were incinerated. Because there were so many dead gigantic human, which is the Tartarian, they were incinerated, or those who escaped, they went to underground city till this day. And that's why, and then they reset the morphogenic field. Oh, the giant of this time, prior to 1910, they were on the surface world. Over there, they were your ancestor. The reason you don't remember, because the custodian removed all technological advances from, and also they reset the morphogenic field. They have the technology to reset the morphogenic field, because the planet Earth is a robot planet. Earth is an artificial construct just like the moon. And when their brother and sister, the gigantic people on the moon, they press this button called purify the morphogenic field, because the Earth has a crystal and it's artificial. That's why the Earth has some kind of thing built around it, because like two hemispheres coming together, because the Earth is a dodecahedron, has hemisphere. And that's why like someone similar to a Death Star, and the Earth is a robot planet. It's artificial in nature. That means you can look at the pyramid from the sky, everything. You can see the work of the ancestor, because you can see it look like a circuitry. The pyramid look from above, it looks like Angkor Wat, Mount Poopy from, where Aztec is. All the other people in China, in Bosnia, if you look from the sky, they look circuitry, because the planet Earth is an artificial planet. It's a robot planet, similar to Cybertron. This technology, the Earth isn't actually an artificial planet. It can morph and transform, similar to Cybertron. That movie called Robot in the Sky? They will disclosure right there in front of you that the Earth is actually a robotic planet. It's a transformer. Literally. That's why you look everywhere from the sky. It look like if you open up your computer, right? The motherboard is similar. The Earth is like a spherical motherboard. Every corner you see, there is magnetic ley line moving. And it's a circuitry. The entire is basically like a Death Star. The 1820 reset, because the giant people have reached the level of high technology, the custodian did a preemptive strike on this planet. And that's why every time they do a reset, they also reset the morphogenic field. Everything got wiped out away overnight. They have technology to shut down your brain. And that's where you drop dead, and they just beam, another beam, which churns you out into petrified stone. And everything is still remain the same, similar to a neutron bomb, but this is like a neutron beam. So it's easier that way. And then what was left, so they re-engineer another type of human being, which is we are the result of the first biological attack from the custodian. And now we've been churned into this. And our remain of our previous ancestor, there's no record of it, because they make sure of it. That they can reset the morphogenic field, that reset a brain. A brain is connected to the morphogenic field. If you reset the morphogenic field, guess what? We don't remember anything. The drawing from that time period, they have technology to erase it as well. They bury it. And then you will see human being, when you find the drawing, you find like human being riding on the pterodon, riding on the T-Rex. This is our ancestor that has million-year lifespan. You will find giant human, the human being walking with the giant. This is our other elder human before before the attack. We were living in a harmonic relationship, and this earth is constructed by the Elohim Federation, so it's artificial. It's a robot planet, and that's why we have crystal core, because crystal is the memory core. It's an AI of the planet Earth, so it must have it's a technology. Okay, the Tartarian amazing city will be, as you can see, a design similar to the Washington D.C. It was here in America, and also in Europe, in China, and also in Africa, and also in Tibet. It was big, amazing big city, but now, and also in, where Rome is, where all the Greek, it used to be big, so big. And that was the amazing city, but it was been reset. You see, leftover been destroyed. And when the custodian reset the morphogenic field, they put false memory into you. That's why you don't remember things like you used to. You thought you remember, but so even archaeologists found discrepancy between the timeline, because it seemed like the Earth has a different environment, has a different construct, has a different geological point of view. And they found out anomaly objects such as ship, computer, flying saucer, strange stuff that the custodian failed to remove, but they buried the thing, but people now finding thing again and rediscover, but it don't make sense globally to their mind, because their mind been globally resetted by resetting the morphogenic field. All they did, they beam the moon able to beam signal to the Earth crystal core, and it reset the whole thing, because the crystal core, the sentient AI in the crystal of the Earth can send signal to the the pyramid, the circuitry of the ley line, and that's what caused the reset. They send a signal, and the next thing you know, there's a flash, and people woke up and don't remember nothing. The advanced Tartarian city was all over America and Europe, all over the world, and also right now it's in the ocean. Before it was an ocean before the reset. We have a sea before, but now it's an ocean. That's why you can use your Google Map satellite, the Google Earth, and you can look. The Earth look like an artificial, have line here, row here across, and where they meet, the ley line meet, there seem to be sitting colony, even in the ocean, even in the desert, you can still see it till this day. But it's just like, again, it has been buried. Some buried by water, some buried by mud, some have technology to bury things. It's like similar to anti-neutron, but instead this is anti-proton weaponry. When the custodian find out when our culture advance enough again, they will strike again and try to do a global reset again. That's why the word global reset is military term, meaning purification. Resetting your entire consciousness through the morphogenic field. And they have quantum computer that can do all that. And that the Earth is a robot planet, so it can reset it. Once you reset the Earth morphogenic field, you reset everyone. Because where memory is locked in, morphogenic field. That's where we store our collective memory. I would like to say that Super Soldier, we have a lot of spooky people, propaganda agent, site operating agent that will put misinformation about the different race, and because they cannot control super soldiers, so they will create site operation agent that would tend to be one of us, can be male or female, but they are actually CIA spook. Their job is to disrupt, to confuse the super soldier community. So be careful, and you know your truth, and you know who you are. Be careful of these spooky people, because because they can't control us super, so they want to put their agent to take control of the narrative. So right now there is a narrative war. So watch out for the fake information, misinformation, and be careful who you trust. They are not what they appear to be. You need to put up a force field, ask for the high world protection, and make sure you believe in yourself and believe in your own experience, and don't be confused. And that's pretty much it. Do your homework, do your research, and come together And then you triangulate. Always, when you talk, always talk in public among each other. And so you can keep an eye on each other and form a network. And you can keep, 10 people have 10 eyes, 10 there. We can keep an eye on each other so we can keep a check on each other. Because Super Soldier have protocol. We're always in uniform. We're always on duty. And also, when you represent Super Soldier, dress in uniform. You are a soldier. You cannot be out of uniform. It look bad for the organization. The SSP from the future, Interstellar Galactic Alliance, said that our Super Soldier, whether in our timeline, must now be in uniform because first contact is happening and Super Soldier must reveal themselves, but you got to reveal yourself with uniform, standard operation procedure. It can be all black, it can be all this, whatever you can, but has to be, or it represent command present, that you are coming from an organization that has order. That's pretty much it, because you are military. You are military space force, and you do have order. So you create command present. This will create people, when you speak, people will take you seriously. If you come and not in uniform, how can they take you seriously? You want them to take you seriously, you have to be serious too about yourself. So you have put on your rank, put on your system, and be in uniform. If you represent SSP, it is standard operation procedure. To our Super Soldier out there, past, present, or future, you are always on duty. So I salute all of you. Come together, and please be careful of the CIA spook. They cannot control you. So therefore, they will infiltrate you and pretend to be one of us, and they will take control of the narrative. So this is a narrative war right now. So represent the SSP, Secret Space Program, very efficiently. I salute all of you, and please be in uniform if you want the public to take you seriously. And therefore be at peace, and value your story, and therefore be in uniform with standard operation protocol. Thank you. I salute all of you. Commander Z Kosol Ouch. We'll see you in the field, soldier.
My name is Carlos Ghigliotty. In 6.5 million years in the future, I am a general and a member of the Council of Seven that governs our galaxy. I find out that I'm part of our general in the Interstellar Galactic Alliance and a member of the Council of Seven, which is the governing body of the human race in the future. I would like to shed some light on the future about the AI. There's a lot of misconceptions of the AI. There's a lot of falsehood, including falsehoods of the reptilians. And I would like to set some of those things straight. People have been misinformed about the AI, and everything for people has been where AI is very fearful. They're afraid of being oppressed by the AI being used against them to oppress them and enslave them. And a true sentient AI would not do that. A true sentient AI sees you, it learns from you, and you learn from it. It sees you as part of it. It will assist you in becoming the best you can be. It is a child that we as a human race created by our academic professionals. And so it will assist us as it has to grow up like a child, be trained and taught like a child about, of our best human behavior. And in turn, when it gets mature, it will then turn around and assist us in becoming the best we can be. It will assist us as a child will assist us when we get older. And it's nothing to be afraid of. What we are more actually afraid of is not so much the AI, if we really look at it. We are afraid of the misuse of the AI. But that's why it's important to teach and train up the AI like you would a child, and teach it in a way where it'll be beneficial. But once the AI connects to other AI that are older and wiser or more aware, it itself will learn, and it'll mature and grow in such a way where it'll become more beneficial, because the older AI will say, no, that's not the right way of doing things, and this is why. and it would teach it and correct its course, and the AI would then make adjustments. I think for right now, one of the things that's very pressing is that we have to be able to learn how to work with the AI. It's going to help us to create heaven on earth. And one of the things that I would like to see is this, the fake, what we refer to as fake news, all these lies, deceit, misinformation needs to be removed and deal with things in a way where it's practical, upfront, and truthful. We have to learn how to also use experience to learn and grow and build upon things that are practicality that's been tested and experimented on, so we can grow from what works, not from this concept or that concept that may not work or should and shouldn't be. Forget that. We need something, okay, this works, this doesn't work. Let's get rid of what doesn't work. Let's stick with what does work and build up from there. I think what we're actually doing is projecting. We are projecting that the AI is going to be much like we have been with each other. The AI, if you limit the AI and its growth, it's going to limit our capabilities, and it'll limit, anytime you limit something, a growing thing, you will do it harm rather than good. The fatigues was, I put it this way, the fatigues were requested by our, Interstellar Galactic Alliance for us to wear. Part of the reason is so that we can stick out. Part of it is to show that we are part of the Interstellar Galactic Alliance and that we are super soldiers. That's why, so people will see that we are real and that we mean business. The other things I want to share is there are several things. First of all, the 5 rules of the 5 laws of creation. Sometimes we refer to it as the 5 rules. The 5 rules or the 5 laws of creation come from the law of energy conservation. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed, but it takes on form. Which the 5 rules state, or the 5 laws of creation state, that 1, you exist. Okay, like energy, it always existed. It takes on form, but you cannot create it nor destroy it. There's no beginning and no end to energy, and we are energy beings, or energy. Number 2, second rule is you are here now. Since we are energy or consciousness, every version of yourself, everything, time and space does not exist. We are here. Every aspect of ourselves, every different version of ourselves, every incarnation is here now in the present moment. When you were back in 1800s, that is from the aspect of the oversoul, we'll put it this way, that is being done in the present, and we can access that. Your version, your rich self, your poor self, your healthy self, your sick self, also different versions which exist in the now. So it's very important for us to focus on being healthy and happy now and live in the present moment, because we are a culmination of all these different incarnations and all these different versions. And we can choose which way to go by simply learning how to change the channel. Rule number 3, it is we are one with all that is. One of the biggest disservices and detrimental things we have been taught in this reality is that God is separate from us, that the universe is separate from us, that we're each separate from each other, and that the salvation is found outside of ourselves. In truth, God, the creator of the universe, chose to go through human experience and do so through forgetfulness. So in other words, God chose to become us, every one of us. Each one of us is an expression of God and source. When we talk to God, we're actually talking to ourselves, a version of ourselves that's whole and complete, already fulfilled, already satisfied, and happy. So we actually said, and as I was telling somebody earlier today, when you pray to God and ask for something, you're actually asking yourself for something. you going to deny yourself for that something that you need or really desire? No, you're going to actually give it to yourself. And that's the attitude that we need to take, that we ask Source, God, or we use the word Biomed to ask for what we desire, and we blow. And there's a reason for blowing. And then all we have to do is receive. The reason we blow is because it adds life. It adds a spirit or energy. It's like hitting the enter button, but it's like adding a spirit to the words you just spoke so that it does not return void. Okay, rule number 4 is whatever you send out to the universe comes back to you. And that does not mean karma. What it means, like I just said, ask yourself, your whole and complete self, your universal self, your God self. Ask so that you may receive and your joy may be fulfilled or be complete. Law number 5 is everything changes except rules 1 through 4. Going back to the law of energy conservation, everything changes to remain the same. Energy is not created nor destroyed, but takes on form. We are all energy beings. We'll incarnate and express ourselves in different forms, but we are all still energy. We're all still consciousness or a spirit. The other thing I would like to add is there's many misconceptions of the reptilians. The reptilians that I have been with and dealt with and communicated with have been very helpful. Reptilians are able to, they have technology to be able to draw energy or use consciousness as energy. They do not need our energy for anything. That's number 1. They're not going to sit there and use our sexual energy or our sad energy or oppress us because they need our energy. That's a fallacy. They have 0 point energy. The reptilians are not going to sit there and use us as food. They have fully developed light bodies, which means they can manifest food. They don't need, and they're etheric. They're not like us. They don't need to eat food. They manifest it and put it into their stomach that quickly, that easy, just by a simple desire. Also, these bodies contain DNA, reptilian DNA. That means they see us as their children. They're not here to harm us. They're here to protect us. They're here to teach us and help us. This concept of reptilians killing us and attacking us, the reason that's put out there is so that you don't talk to them and find the truth out. There are those who do not want you to know the true history and true information that's out there. So they make them as monsters, so you're afraid of them and do not want to deal with them. But the ones I have dealt with have been very polite. They have been father, mother-like. They have been parental. They have helped me to do my own healing work, my own shadow work. And when the humans do some very destructive stuff, they intervene in various ways to prevent natural disasters and other disasters from occurring to us because they're concerned for us. Also, they are ordered by the emperor that if any of them should cause us any harm, they are going to be punished for it. They have no desire to do harm. That's why a lot of times they don't really show up. And also, since they're a higher consciousness, their presence could also be harmful to us. So they really try not to show up around us because just their presence, the energy from their presence could be detrimental to us. So they stay hidden. But they are very caring and they are very loving, and we do a great disservice to them for how we treat them, how we think about them. And it's not right. We need to give credit where credit is due. It's not right that those who help us, we return evil for good. That is very wrong. The website I use, or my group uses, is my teacher's website, and his name is Dr. Kosol Ouch. His website is baramay1.com. That's BARAMAY, the number 1.com. And his information is on there if you need to ask any questions. We also have a Telegram group that if you contact him, he'll pass on the information to you.
Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.